All your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one. Welcome to the WeBook It Podcast. Let's start the show.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my singles and tag team competitors. I am your host for your Friday night throwdown, lowdown, hoedown, bring around town, throw over adjectives, verbs, pronouns, other English grammar stuff in there. I am the one they call the freaky one, Fritos, and also your reigning, defending Booker of the Year. And I'm going to keep that title after this backlash tomorrow in St. Louis, which, by the way, keep your eyes out in the front row, Section F. Your boy is going to be right in there. But I am also joined by my astounding colleague, the Professor of Love, the man who knows booty better than anyone else on the planet. That is Big Daddy. See?
What's going on, man? I'm ready to talk some wrestling. Got my nap in. I'm drinking my beer. Good old Busch Latte.
Ooh,
and yeah, so I'm ready.
Speaking of Busch Lights, have you found the apples yet? I have not been able to find the apples.
Are they back in session?
They supposedly everyone keeps posting how they keep getting cases. I've been hunting down a case.
Okay, because I know the peach is out. So the peach is out of session. So I'm like, I haven't tried the apple, so I'm curious to see how it is.
And if you are in Central Illinois and you do find a case of Busch Light apple, leave a comment. The store, hours, everything. I need a case of Busch Light apple. All right, it's important for me, ladies and gentlemen.
When in doubt, try Friar Tuck or Benny's because
I'm too lazy to drive all the way out there. I'd rather just get the north end. If it's at Schnucks, I'll pick up 2 cases, call it a day. I love drinking, but I'm not that dedicated of a drinker.
You're right.
But you know what isn't lazy? It was tonight's SmackDown leading into Backlash. And honestly, the way the show started off was spectacular because it went straight into it. Most time you have Wade and Joe talk about who's in the arena. Nah, this went straight into a kind of promo interview with Damian Priest and LA Knight, leading into the first match of the night, which was a tag team match with Damian Priest and LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. Right off the bell, Solo attacked LA and we're just going at it. It's a fairly decent match between the two. You can definitely feel tensions brewing between Damian and LA leading into tomorrow's match for that fatal four-way for the United States Championship. At some points, they were kept just tagging each other out in high moments where they're going to use a finisher or extremely offensive move. But at the very end, LA Knight secured the win with a BFT on Solo Sikoa. Then afterwards, Damian was upset and shoving LA, which led to an altercation. Then out of nowhere, Jacob Fatu taking both of them out, holding his United States Championship like he does and licking it. That freak. You don't know where that's been. You know where it's been? Logan Paul's junk. That is dirty, sir. Hopefully they did a deep clean and you got a shit ton of mouthwash because that's nasty. But then out of nowhere, Drew McIntyre hits Jacob Fatu with the Claymore and ending the segment. I thought the match was fairly good. It's definitely building up tension for this match, which, I mean, the card itself, they did lose the Logan Paul and Jey Uso match, so it's a 5-card match right now for Backlash. But this is going to be up there from one of those bangers of a match. I don't know. It might be still in the show from Cena and Randy from Backlash. But your thoughts?
On the opening segment or
the segment and match.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty solid. Like I'm at the point now, I'm just ready. I'm ready for the action to take place, man. it's been a while. It seemed like WrestleMania was forever ago, and
it does,
man. And so now I'm just ready for the fallout to finally culminate in these matches, man. So yeah, I had no issue with the segment. I thought it was fire in the match as well. So let's bring it on. Let's get the match on.
Mm-hmm. But you know what match did get on is the following tag team match afterwards. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven versus Zelina Vega and a mystery partner. The way the whole match started up, they had a backstage segment from earlier where Chelsea Green had a little like memorial ceremony losing her United States Championship in Nick Aldis's office. Again, I cannot give enough praise to Chelsea Green. This character, this comedic role she has is gold. To me, it's almost out there with timeless Toni Storm, just the way she does stuff. To me, it's getting close to being that great of a character where I'm loving every single bit. But then it got announced it's going to be a tag team match. We already know it's Chelsea and Piper. And Zelina is going to be a mystery partner. We heard some rumblings on the social media, and bam, we got the return of Alexa Bliss, who has not been in the ring since February. So she took a decent, 3 months off? But going in there, it was mainly a lot of Zelina. But eventually, Zelina tagged in Alexa, and she was able to get the pin. Nothing much to build on. It felt like it's just giving more build up for Chelsea and stuff post using her title, building up Zelina as your women's championship. But this was the main highlight was Alexa Bliss returning, I guess, again, officially on the roster. Any thoughts, Big Daddy?
It was great to see Alexa Bliss back, man. You know, I'm always been a big fan. And so seeing her back on television is amazing to see. And obviously she's still paying homage to Bray Wyatt, of course, with the Sister Abigail, her modified Sister Abigail finisher. And so yeah, it was great to see her back. I'm hoping, praying that they get her back, you know, in a meaningful feud, at least for a singles title, whether it's the Women's United States Championship or potentially a women's WWE Women's Championship down the line. So maybe even Money in the Bank, who knows? So yeah, it was just great to see her back. I do love the whole Chelsea Green thing, her entourage or Secret Service thing that she has going on. So I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, SmackDown's been improving with the you know, just overall feuds and make sure everybody's properly used to some extent. And so I know we had some releases happening that took place last week. And so you know, it is what it is business. And so just hope that everyone else that gets propelled into the next, you know, into that next role, you know, while those other folks get released, you just hope that they, you know, take advantage of the opportunity. So Alexa Bliss is back, so we'll see what happens down the line.
And speaking of coming back, we did have a return of one Charlotte Flair. As you sound like everyone in the Dayton crowd booing Charlotte, and she did bring that up. How dare you boo your queen? I am the GOAT. Yep. But basically saying she is still taking a shot and going for the women's championship. Then coming out, it's leading into your match with Jade Cargill coming out, then taking the mic and saying, Charlotte, you can wait in the back of the bus. It's my time. Which is leading into your match for your number one women's contender with Jade Cargill and Nia Jax. A fairly good match between the two. At one point on outside the ring, Jade's husband, Brandon Phillips, the dirtbag from Cincinnati, the second baseman. For us Cardinal fans, we all have a deep hatred for Brandon Phillips. But he was there. They did a kiss, almost like a remnants of Drew McIntyre when he does his phone or sees anyone in the crowd. But then out of nowhere, Naomi interferes with the match and attacking Tiffany Stratton, who was on ringside just to see who is going to be the one going against her for the women's championship. Distracts her, Jade, and Nia securing the win. Tell you the truth, not excited for this. I know they're going to build up to Jade, but for me, the main teaser here and the point is they're teasing Jade versus Charlotte, which is hopefully for non-title, because those two women are going to put on a banger of a match for sure. But I don't want to see Nia again, and I know that's how you feel, you hater. But but yeah,
I'm. It's almost like, damn, pick your poison at this point. Charlotte coming back, Nia back. I'm like, I mean, at least Nia don't get propelled into title run or title matches whenever she comes back. She at least have a few matches to earn her spot. So, credit to her for that, And I would say she's more attractive than Charlotte Flair by far. But yeah, I have no problems with the match itself, though the promo leading into everything. Like I said, I think Jade. I envision Jade and Nia having another match down the line. Obviously, when Jade made her debut at the Royal Rumble, her first big moment was, with Nia Jackson and eliminating her. So it's like, it's all full circle. So it's like it's almost like they're inseparable at this point. So like Nia can be like her, like, you have Hogan and Andre, so I feel like it kind of be like, with her
modern day version.
Yeah. So like, David Goliath, even though they're both like superhuman type, wrestlers. And so I think it's not over between these two, but you still got the Naomi factor. Personally, I don't. For a second match between Naomi and Jade, I'm pretty sure it had to be more than just a regular match. They're gonna have to go all out. Like it's going to be like Falls Count Anywhere,
Hell in a Cell, something extreme.
It has to be something crazy. Do they have a match announced for Backlash?
No, so far it's only because originally it was 6 matches on the card, and like I said, they removed the Jay versus Logan, and that's getting pushed to Saturday night main event.
They moved it to I didn't realize that. Okay,
so technically there's an open spot, so I don't know what they're gonna do, if they're gonna do like maybe a dark match, because it says 5:30 on my ticket. Other places are saying the show starts at 5, so I don't know if that's pre-show stuff.
Damn.
Or if there's going to be like an open challenge. But with this Backlash, it's kind of highly anticipated. We're going to maybe get new faces in there. The rumor is Alex Cobb from Luchador Underground and New Japan Wrestling. He signed with the company. He's apparently on the SmackDown roster, and they said allegedly he might be going for the U.S. Championship. So who knows what's going on? So maybe they do an open challenge and bring him in. But who knows if WWE fans, if they truly know who Alex Cobb is?
I don't. Be real with you.
Look up some clips on YouTube. He is a freak in the ring. Just another Jacob Fatu, a little bit older. I believe he's in his late 30s, early 40s, but he's still that super athlete. But also leading into after that match, we had a little segment. Speaking of Alexa Bliss, Charlotte was getting walked out and chewed out by Nick Aldis. Then the door to her SUV got shut, and you see Miss Lil Bliss there looking at her, says, "Hey, we need to talk," which is now a new speculation. What's going on? Are these two going to form a tag team? Is it going to be a new faction? Who knows? Because these two women have some deep history amongst them two. So I'm kind of curious of what this conversation that Alexa wants to have with Charlotte.
Oh, I missed that. They must not upload that to YouTube because I definitely did not see that segment. That's interesting though. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Very interesting.
I mean, the women's tag team division is lacking right now.
They need a spark. Yeah.
That would lead to a spark, and especially right now since Liv's gone and it's only Raquel.
So I saw you put that in the chat. So like Liv is filming a movie right now?
Yep, that was announced 2 Raws ago.
Okay. That's I guess with the women's tag team championships, I guess it's not as like important to have them like defend their championships as often as like the men's tag team champions. But damn, so she's gonna be gone for what, another month or 2, or is it like?
I'm gonna say between a month and 3 months. You know how it is with movies. Then maybe she's gonna be gone again for a month or 2 later down the line, because you know how they do it for reshoots and all that, or if they need to take her to the studio and say some lines, movie stuff. I don't know. I'm just a podcast guy that works government. I don't know movie stuff. I'm not in that business. All right. I don't know. Funny thing is, they're both led by creepy men, Harvey Weinstein and Vince McMahon. Hey, terrible joke. Sorry.
I'm gonna be right back. Let me go grab my food from downstairs.
Oh, what'd you order?
Wingstop.
Sick invite. I'll tell everyone that story too while we wait.
DoorDash. It was DoorDash.
As you all know, ladies and gentlemen, that Virgil and C have a rivalry or feud against each other due to both of the gentlemen being in Chicago during Survivor Series in 2023 when CM Punk and Randy Orton returned. And C did not let Virgil know about him going to Survivor Series. And this has led to a slight feud and hostility amongst the two gentlemen. We were talking about Smackdown. I believe it was about the same time, 2023, and how I didn't get the invite to go when Cena had his dark match and was with, I think, R-Truth and The Miz. I said I never got the invite, and we had a discussion later and found out I did get the invite. I was in the middle of jobs and could not take off. So I, again, see, when you rewatch this, from the bottom of my heart, I apologize for my hostility towards you. But we have no dead air here, ladies and gentlemen. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. We are on the road to growing. We're the hottest thing in the business right now. I believe we are at 16K subscribers. Now, the goal is 2,000. Beyond that, 4,000. You know what? We're going to go for 1 million. And just like I was telling my fiance,
These are all lies, ladies and gentlemen. These are all lies.
I'm telling people to subscribe. See? God damn it. See? I told them the story and I apologized.
Oh.
But back to the wrestling as you get your delicious Wingstop out. Not a sponsor, but they could be, because I do love me some Wingstop, and they do have the best blue cheese in the business.
Still haven't had their blue cheese, but I might check in on it at some point.
Grow up, get some blue cheese. Ranches for children. Dom.
I mean, I love blue cheese. I just haven't had Wingstops.
Yes. But this leads us into our next match after that. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins came out and they were bragging about the TLC match, how they could take on the gorilla that everyone's been talking about, how they were extreme. They even took a prosthetic leg from the crowd and used it. This brought out Faxiom, the newest addition to the SmackDown tag team from NXT, challenging them to the match, and Nick Aldis booked it. As Montez was frustrated, he's like, I'm banged up. Can't you see the bandages? And yeah, simply, this was the match of the night. A bunch of high-flying tag team maneuvers that you expect from both of these teams. But coming out for the win was Faxiom. And Montez and Angela were shocked and confused about that. But they, like I said, this was a fantastic match. It's nothing what you expect less from these two tag teams. Thoughts on the tag team?
Oh man, like I said, I think I mentioned something about it. I think on the last Sunday pod. Like for like the first like the team, one of the first teams I wanted to see go against the Street Profits was Faxiom, and they delivered as expected, bro. I feel like this is a rivalry that could go for a hot minute. You remember how like when the Usos had that rivalry with the New Day, like banger matches. Same thing with the Street Profits and the Usos, banger matches. Like it was like you want those type of rivalries, and I feel like hell, even most recently, DIY and Street Profits, and even with the Motor City Machine Guns, like you want like a true tag team rivalry. Like that's what like we grew up on that, and I miss that. Like, and we pretty much I feel like we got that revived on SmackDown. Raw, Monday Night Raw needs some work, bro, with the tag team division. I'm sorry. Like, it is lacking, bro. I mean, I know the New Day got the championships now, but they ain't really got no real challengers outside of the War Raiders who they just beat. Like, and so I'm like, ain't
Judgment
nobody.
Day.
Huh?
Judgment Day, since they announced that. But yeah, who wants to see that again?
I'm sick of the Judgment Day, man, in the tag team scene, bro. Like, come on, man. It's getting old.
I know,
like, come on, man. We need some new blood.
I do want to see JD with some gold if they do switch back to Judgment Day after that whole bump that led to him being injured. After that, JD's got nothing but full respect for me, and that man deserves some gold.
Like, I just feel like need some new blood on Monday Night Raw when it comes to the tag team division for the men's, and
not wrong
like there. Some infusion, like bring some guys up from NXT, man. You got hella good tag teams on NXT, man, that deserves to get some shine. Like, man, what is that tag team that they wanted? Well, they just won the NXT tag team championship, so I don't think they're going to get called up soon.
Oh, I can't think of them. I know you're talking about the two white boys.
Yeah, they kicked some ass, man. And so actually, no, they beat Faxiom, if I'm not mistaken.
We did.
Yeah, they're the ones to beat Faxiom. Yeah.
And so we watched it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So like shit, teams like that, I see them getting called up soon. Like I just feel like there's a lot of guys in NXT that a lot of tag teams that could get that nod at some point in time. Just get some more talent on Monday Night Raw, like, so that way New Day can have like, a new challenge. Because I feel like the better the team that you have that could actually they are believable to beat New Day, the better the rivalry is going to be. Like, in the chemistry. Or War Raiders, I'm like, don't get me wrong, they nice or whatever, but it's just like, can they put on a banger match consistently with the New Day? Like, we had a series of matches, like a trilogy, like, and you have New Day win, you have War Raiders win, and then you get the grudge match at a pay-per-view, like, and all three matches be fire, like 4 or 5-star matches. Well, I don't think the War Raiders can do that consistently, so I think you need a tag team that's believable enough to go against the New Day. And I have one tag team. We gotta wait. We gotta do a lot of waiting for it to happen. Because they just got there.
Lightly here. See, we're treading in Monday Night Raw Dog coaches territory.
I'm sorry, but in terms of these two guys are on two separate shows. So it's like we gotta wait for them to link up. But
I think I know you're talking about.
Yeah, but I think this is the tag team that's going to eventually reign supreme on Monday Night Raw when the time comes. So it's just a matter of when that happens. And we're talking about Penta and what's that motherfucking name, man? I'm drinking right now. Ray Phoenix, yes. I know he's dealing with we'll get into that later, but that's who I think when they link up, when they reunite, That's who's gonna be running shit on Monday Night Raw when they win the tag team championships, and it's gonna be amazing to see. And that's who I want to go against the New Day and beat them for the tag team championships. So we'll get to that point down the line. But I'm sorry, the match was great, great fire between Street Profits and Faxiom. I think Faxiom is gonna be next up to win those championships at some point in time. So we'll see what happens. Sorry, I went on that rant, but I just feel like Monday Night Raw needs some help in the tag team division.
You're not wrong. Faxiom is the future of SmackDown's tag team. But you know what the future of WWE is? It's Carmelo Hayes. And he had a match with Aleister Black, returning back from being, released from the company that we shall not speak because, we had some issues with that on the internet with Javon Evans and Ricochet. But with this match, we had The Miz out in a little backstage hyping Carmelo up, saying you need to watch the tapes, which I had kind of flashbacks like, are they talking about Shadur Sanders? Since The Miz is a big fan, and that's apparently some of the rumors going around why he dropped draft stock. But they come out. Aleister comes out with his classic entrance that we all know and love, which is a banger of an entrance. And the two men go at it. Eventually, the match ends with a roll-up from Aleister on Carmelo, securing the win. That was due to originally Miz was trying to distract Aleister. Miz comes back and tries to attack him, and Aleister hits him with the black mass, and Carmelo's just shocked and looking at Aleister. Nothing too much. I think this is definitely building a feud with him, but it's the beginning. I thought the match was fairly decent itself, but we know this is definitely going to build up to something bigger between the two, and it's going to hype up both men. Any thoughts?
For Aleister Black and Carmelo Hayes. Yeah, man. Obviously both guys coming up in NXT. Aleister Black being that OG from the black and gold era of NXT. And then Melo Hayes being, a guy from the NXT 2.0 era. So, it was nice to see two different eras of NXT collide together. I think they could work, man. I think the chemistry is pretty solid. And so I feel like this could be a nice little rivalry, and go on for a few weeks. Miz now is just there to
build up the future.
Yes, he's there like more so as a manager, not manager role, but he still wrestles, but like he's in that role, like you say, he's in that role to help build up the future. And so which is solid. It's a testament to, just his greatness, as a in-ring competitor, but also behind the scenes. And he's also learned from some of the greats that also did that. You got the Undertakers of the world, the Booker T's, the Cenas, Ortons, everybody that is, been relegated to that role to like become a mentor and help prop up, some of the younger talent. The match was solid. I did like the ending with the roll-up pin, and then right after that, Miz comes in the ring, gets his ass hit with the black mass, and just get laid out. So I thought that was pretty cool as well.
And you know what's pretty cool is the match that came after this. Due to a segment from backstage, as we are talking about future potential tag teams, Rey Fenix, who's still solo before maybe potentially linking up to his brother, come out backstage and got attacked by Santos Escobar, and the remaining members of his faction of Los Garzas, which leads to your tag team match tonight. It's Los Garzas versus Andrade and Rey Fenix. Fairly decent match. You know how it is with a bunch of luchadors, high-flying maneuvers, extreme athleticism from both tag teams here. But the kicker here is that Rey Fenix and Andrade secured the win. And Santos, being upset from the recent losing streaks, took his frustration out on Berto and Angel, saying, "What's going on?" And at the very end, Berto is upset and actually kind of you feel the tension brewing between the two. Berchelt just removed his, I believe it's the arm guards or whatever, the sleeves, and just walked off. So it's definitely leading to a breakup between them. Like I said, the match was decent. Definitely building up Ray Phoenix a little bit more with it. It definitely gave Andrade some more work. This is the first time we've seen him wrestle since, I think, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And yeah, I'm kind of tired of Santos Escobar and Los Garza's being together. So I think it's time for them to break apart and go from there.
Yeah, I'm over Legado del Fantasma. I'm over this shit. Like, I'm over it because, like, all right, you got two Hispanic groups going on right now. You got the LWO, Legado del Fantasma. I'm like, and then you got some guys that were in the LWO, just like, come on, man. I'm like, I'm over it. And then you got Zelina, who's on her own now. So it's like, all right, you know. And then Rey Mysterio and
Andrade.
Huh?
I think as much as I love her in the ring, I want her to link it back up with Andrade because I want it. They had so much great chemistry together.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. And then which is weird because he was the former leader of the group of the Legado del Fantasma. So it's just like it's so fucking weird. Like, it's his group. It's his group that he was in, that NXT. As oh man, like, just end it. Just end it. It's like DX without Triple H. like what are we doing here? And so yeah, I think that they just go ahead next to Faction, man, get it out of there and move on, man. It's just like when you keep groups together for so long, like, and they're not like money, like, it just gets weird. It gets to a point where it's just so stale, and like,
that's how I think everyone feels right now with them. They've really done nothing.
Yeah.
And seeing the tag team, they definitely showed what they've gotten. They do have the stuff to be in the tag team division. But like, I think everyone's just, there's no story with them.
Yeah, and like I know we bitched about the Judgment Day going on too long, but I think with the inflection of with Liv, it kind of gave it a little bit more life. And so that's why it's still happening right now. So, but with on SmackDown with Legado del Fantasma, it's over. Like, just end it. Just end it.
And that brings us to close to the end of the show. And you know what is ending? See?
What?
The career of one John Cena, who was your main event tonight, cutting a promo. During the promo, you know, Cena bring out the ring announcer to announce him, his farewell tour and all that. Someone from the crowd launched a aluminum beer bottle at John as he looked at him and was like, what the heck, and tossed it out.
Michelob Ultra, to be exact.
Be a man. Throw something like a Budweiser at it. Grow up. I know it's probably a drunk college kid, but grow up. Come on.
How hated you gotta be to get a Michelob Ultra like beer thrown at you. not even like you got a light beer thrown at you. Not even like a good light beer, like Busch Light. No Budweiser, no Bud Light, no Busch Light, like Michelob Ultra. It's not a bad beer, but I'm like, man, if you're gonna throw a beer, at least let it be the top notch of the beer, like the Bud Lights, the Budweisers, like you know, Miller Lite even, you know. So like, not Michelob Ultra.
Let's continue on with that. He cut probably one of the best promos I've seen, at least beginning of this year, roasting the living ever shit out of Randy Orton. Brought up his failed drug test, how he's a liar, and everything going on, and just digging at him. Then out of nowhere, we get a fake Randy Orton trying to hit an RKO on John as he hits John reverses and hits him with the attitude adjustment. Then out of nowhere, Randy Orton appears and hits him with the RKO, holding your WWE Championship over John, which is probably signaling, John's winning. But yeah, I thought the promo was great. That fake out was good. And seeing Randy there threw me off because since, like I said, I'm going to Backlash tomorrow, and I saw some stuff going on. There's meet and greets and stuff like that. One was with Randy for like $2,000 plus, and I'm thinking, how the hell did he do this meet and greet and watch party and get to Dayton at the same time? But I think it's tomorrow for the meet and greet before the show. But like I said, I thought this was an excellent way to end the show, especially leading to Backlash. Your thoughts?
Oh, man. This man seeing it. Just when you think he can't get better on the mic, he does. Like, I just wish that it happened sooner, man. I like not to say it's not money now, but like man, can you imagine if we had this? Like when he's still like more full time.
So good.
This is the most heelish thing he could do is wait to his last fucking year of like wrestling to give us a heel character, to give us the real heel John Cena, like that's not Dr. Thugonomics. And so, oh man, while it's amazing to see, it's just like it's almost like you just count down it's almost like damn, we gotta appreciate this shit while it's here because come December it's over. And the fact that we getting John Cena and Orton one last time in 2025, man, like
which I'll be there live.
Yeah.
Sorry, Verge.
It's amazing. It's just amazing to see. And so I will be watching from home. I wanted to go, but I was like, nah. I'm like, I'll pass. I got too much shit going on this summer and into the fall. I got to save up money for it. So, and then obviously whenever WrestleMania comes to Indy, I gotta prep for that too. Because the WeBook It boys are planning to go to WrestleMania in Indy. That is the plan. And when they announce it, we'll probably 2027, because next year is in New Orleans. So my guess is that WrestleMania 43 will be in Indy. And so but yeah. The promo is fire. Obviously, you know, Cena gets RKO for the third time, which means that he's going to retain. Cody hit him with 2 crossroads, and we saw what happened at Mania. And so, obviously, Orton is going to lose in his hometown. We don't know how he's going to lose in his hometown or whether or not, how the match itself is going to end. But Orton would not be walking out of Backlash with that championship. And so, but I think it'll be a solid match. These guys, obviously, they probably have more matches than any other 2 wrestlers like ever. So I definitely think the chemistry will still be there. They're 2 seasoned veterans, so we know the wrestlers practice. They practice the matches, they rehearse. So I'm pretty sure they picked this shit up like they never took time away from it. So I cannot wait to see this match. It'd be the first time they met since 20? Damn. Been about a decade, right?
Yeah.
They had their last major match for the championship was I believe was it
13
Night of Champions? I think it was Night of Champions because he lost the unification match, and then he lost the unification match at TLC, and then Night of Champions, I believe he won it back. And then that's when after that Brock Lesnar. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the historic squash match heard around the world, like just complete destruction. But no, but yeah, I'm excited for the match, man. So yeah, that's all I got.
And that's all we have for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to your Friday night throwdown, lowdown, hoedowns, bring around town, whatever you want to call this show. Again, I am your host, the Freaky One Fritos, and joined by my astounding colleague, Big Daddy C. Remember, please help us out. We're on the track to try to hit 2,000 You know what? Screw it. Like I said earlier, when C was getting his wing stops, we're on the goal to hit 10 trillion followers. I don't know if that's many people out in the world, but we're going to go for that goal, ladies and gentlemen.
We just hit 1,600. So
now I'm raising the bar super high.
Yeah.
10 trillion.
Yeah,
That's
we need to get that 2,000. We need to get that 2,000.
And like I said, I'm be at Backlash tomorrow, front row. If you do see me, say hi. Let's have a beer. Talk it out. And if you're going to be the Backlash scene, I believe Sunday at the Backlash store, R-Truth is doing a meet and greet. It's first come, first serve. So if you didn't know that, now you know. Go get a picture of R-Truth. Get him some of those world famous jelly rolls he keeps talking about and all that. Maybe get him an action figure of his hero. But like I said, this has been the show. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you have a lovely weekend. And remember what Virgil says. Keep those booking pencils sharp and keep on booking. Peace.
Peace, y'all.